And on Monday morning when we came to work, we met with a lot of city staff to start addressing some of the concerns and to present the scenarios that were given to us. Over the few days, we've been having additional conference calls in which we've gone over the scenarios of what is being presented now. As the forecast starts to narrow, as the time frame begins to shrink and the storm gets closer to inland, we start to identify how severe the actual impact is going to be. And it appears at this time, that it's improving for the city of Fredericksburg. So as of today's conference call, we received word that it looked like the storm was going to start keeping a little further west and start turning maybe to the south in North Carolina rather than directly come into the Commonwealth of Virginia. However, even though that information wasn't completely alleviating all the catastrophic possible consequences, it appeared as though most of the hurricane-related winds and things like that would be a minimal impact. However, river flooding was a major concern because of the amount of water they were going to send to the watershed. Now, on the screen, what I put, this is the forecast from that 11:30 call that we had. At 5 o'clock, I received an updated briefing from the National Weather Service, which actually shows the storm continuing to progress, and it appears like their prediction is anticipating it to be a little more rapid. But the one thing that I like about the 5 o'clock briefing that improves for the city of Fredericksburg, from our briefing at 1:30, they spoke that we could see 10 to 15 inches of rain in our watershed. They said with that rain in our watershed, we could anticipate seeing a flood much larger than the one that we saw on June 23rd of this year, which was the 25-footer that impacted downtown. The original graphic, this is not the original. The original graphic pretty much showed the entire state in red, which was at 10 to 15 inches. This graphic as of 5 o'clock shows the city of Fredericksburg in our area in the 4 to 6 inch range for rainfall. And as you can notice, our watershed is also starting to shift to that 4 to 6 or 6 to 10 inches. So this is a positive improvement for us because a lot of the impacts they anticipated us to have are not necessarily from the wind of the storm, not the direct rainfall impact to the city of Fredericksburg, but to the rainfall that's in the watershed. So positive news. We have another conference call at 11:30 tomorrow. I'm hoping that this condition will continue to improve for us, even though I feel for our neighbors to the south and those that are going to be impacted, but for the city of Fredericksburg, it looks like it's starting to improve for us. We still have 3 to 4 days out for the storm, and as we all know, weather forecasting can go the other way, and as things change, we could see where conditions turn for the worse for the city when it comes to predictions. But we're seeing positive outlook as it stands as of 5 o'clock. And like I said, on Sunday, it was, oh my goodness, the world's going to end, to, okay, it's going to be bad, to, okay, it's just river flooding, to, we may be okay. Now, we're not completely out of the dark with this, but it seems that conditions are improving. So city departments, we've been meeting with the city departments. We had a complete and total meeting with most of the department heads on Monday. Most of the department heads on Monday, where we presented everything, talked about FEMA documentation, answered questions, started preparation. Departments have been preparing to augment staffing in the evening time and throughout the weekend in preparation for the response to the storm. Everybody from Public Works to Parks and Recs to Department of Social Services, Police Department, Fire Department, they've all been working on this process, as well as many other city departments. We've been sending out briefings, and tomorrow we plan on having another meeting with all the city department heads that are going to be impacted to make further preparations. Some of the things that have been discussed is we've met with economic development to talk about the downtown business owners and provide information to be passed out to them. We've pushed out press releases on being ready and prepared for storms. We've pushed out a press release about the declaration of emergency in preparation for the storm, which opens us up to look at other avenues of services if we do get impacted. We're prepping other press releases in preparation for other things to possibly take place. We've been talking about possibly needing shelters. We've been talking about getting the Emergency Operations Center ready, possible staffing of the Emergency Operations Center and level. All of those things are being discussed in preparation to support the citizens of Fredericksburg in our mission to serve.